first originally did some volunteering. After a couple of years after I was diagnosed, because I didn't know what to do with my life, or I didn't really think I had a life at the time, but it was a long time ago. It was 27 years ago I was diagnosed. So I helped in the early days of the international community of women living with HIV and AIDS. So I volunteered in that capacity for 7 years. I was a trustee, but also hands-on volunteer, because in the first early days we had no staff, no paid staff. That gave me an awful lot, as well as others. It was because it was in the days when it was so needed. There wasn't much support for women, nationally or globally. So it was a sort of real empowerment thing for myself and for the people involved, I suppose, and got to travel a lot and meet some incredible women and do some incredible stuff. And I got back involved recently because I just got asked, I got approached by somebody at Terrence Higgins that knew me from the years, and with the HIV and Ageing project, which I felt, well, probably be good for me to start doing something again, because I've sort of been a bit of a loss of what to do with my life recently. The last 10 years have been quite challenging for me because I've been through 2 bouts of breast cancer, the most aggressive kinds of breast cancer, that initially, the first bout, they said that chemotherapy would be fatal for me because of my HIV status. When it returned 2 years later, they said it was imperative. But when I did have the chemotherapy 2 years later, one of the steroid drugs they gave me for the nausea for the chemotherapy interacted with my AIDS drug, which caused mania. So I think we're the first generation, we are the first generation. It's a bit like things are only coming to light, and obviously so, because these drugs are new and they're powerful drugs. In '87, it was January, it was the week of my birthday, and I was in Holloway prison and I was given my diagnosis. My boyfriend already had his, so we spent a Christmas knowing. And there were those big ads, all we knew about it was HIV equals AIDS equals death, and there was mass hysteria. I was immediately put into isolation. My food was passed through a hatch. I could hear everybody talking about the girl with AIDS. But I had one, and I was quite accepting that I'd die. But I just thought, I'm not going to die a victim. I'm not going to die a drug user. No, I don't want to die in prison. Originally, I was very open about my status because I was so angry. I was so angry that it wasn't treated like any other illness. So, and also there were so few women who felt able to speak out. In the past, I also psychologically think I told people because I wanted to be rejected first rather than later. Yeah, I mean, even when I was diagnosed, we had bricks through our window. We had people sort of shunning us, even within the drug using community. It was ridiculous. Today, it's still the same as when I was first diagnosed, that the best support you can get is peer support, which is why I got involved with AIDS work in the first place, because there wasn't a support network for women. And for instance, I had people who came to me that because I'd been positive and I was sitting there happy and looking well, even long before the drugs came in, it gave them hope. It was last year from a HIV organisation. There was an email, a friend sent it to me, saying, did I want to join this choir, and it was made up of positive people. And then he rang and said, come on. He said, come. I said, look, there's 2 reasons. I can't sing and I really don't feel like facing anyone. And he said, it'll be good for your soul. And those 3 words, good for your soul, made me go. And it was the most amazing experience. And what was great about it, actually, was we were just thrown into the singing, and there was no talk about us being HIV. It was just all about singing, and that was fabulous. And so I ended up singing a solo for someone that couldn't sing. And anyway, I've had enough of illnesses. I think now I just need to hopefully have a few years and I can manage to turn things around and actually live those few years as best as I can.